Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Thank you for joining me for Fun Fold Friday, August 14th, 2026. Today we're going to be making a fun fold birthday card, and we're using the Scalloped Blooms bundle or stamp set because I use a sentiment. So if you're on my email list, you would have received this tutorial this morning. So you could print it out. This shows all the products that I use and then all the measurements. So you could have printed it out. If you're not on my email list, just join my email list. The link is below. And every Friday I send out my Workshop Wednesday tutorial and then the Fun Fold Friday one as well. So I have a couple announcements. I still have my Oh My Fright Halloween treat package class. So it uses the Oh My Fright bundle. And you'll make 5 treat packages. And here is the first one. It's using the white gable boxes, but you're gonna decorate it all up, make it all fancy. Here is another one. It's kind of like diagonal cut instead of straight cut. And it holds like 2 mini candy bars. I have 2 paydays in here. I have this triangular box. It's super cute. And it is a magnetic closure, but I have the ribbon on it so you can't tell. But it's a triangular box. And I have this one that you could fill with some treats. And these, you know, if you don't want candy, you don't have to put candy, because I have one that is a hand sanitizer holder. So you can give it to somebody who doesn't have candy. So there's 3 options for this class. If you want everything, which includes the bundle, it includes the 5 project packets, which will have the materials to make the projects. You know, the cardstock die cuts that are not included in the bundle. You'll get a half a package of Frightfully Fun Designer Series paper. You're gonna get a package of the Bats, Dots, and Ghosts, and you're gonna get a spool of the iridescent ribbon. So for all of that, that one's gonna be $92.50. That's option number 1. Option number 2 does not include the bundle. You get everything else the same. And I forget, you get the PDF tutorial as well. So you'll get everything except for the bundle for option number 2, and that's $45. And then if you already have everything and you just want to get the PDF tutorial, that's option number 3, and that is $15. And then I will email that to you once the class registration ends, which is August 20th for this one. And then the kit should ship a week after, as long as there's no back orders on any products. So if you have any questions, just let me know, but the registration link again will be below. And I have my Let's Create Craft Kit for September, which is using the Painted Pumpkins bundle. And this is a monthly subscription, so every month you'll get a kit from me. I always let you know the month before what the bundle is so that you can get it. If you want, you can always add it to your kit, and I pay the tax and shipping from Stampin' Up, and then I just include it in your kit. You just have to email me saying, yes, I want to add the bundle this month. So it's usually 4 cards and a 3D project. So this is a little box that is the 3D project for this month. This is a kind of a fun fold, and I still haven't glued my sentiment in there, but the gate opens. Here's one with the gate that just stands still, it doesn't open. Here is another one that we use the decorative masks on, and this one I use the decorative masks as well. So you could see you could use them in different ways. And then you'll get a package of the Painted Patch dots, a spool of this gorgeous ribbon. It's Calypso Coral, and it has a copper edging. And then you'll get a half a pack of the Painted Patch Designer Series paper. But this bundle or suite of products also includes the, or has the decorative mask and an embossing folder. So if anything's embossed, I will send you the embossed piece in your kit, but you will need the bundle and you will need the decorative mask. Otherwise, if you don't use a decorative mask, you could always just stamp the pumpkins and die cut them. They all coordinate together. So again, that's a monthly subscription, but you could subscribe to this until September 7th. All right, I think that is it. So let's turn you down and get started with today's fun fold. Thank you. Okay, here's today's card, and this is a fun fold, and it just opens. Now it's up to you if you want to put like white panels on all of these and leave messages. I just put the happy birthday and wishing you a day of relaxation, happiness, and love. So we're going to be using the Scalloped Blooms stamp set. Here's the stamp and this one. Nested Essential dies. And I'm going to be using the Sunflower embossing folder. Although we're using the Moonlit Flora designer series paper. These, I think, are poppies. They look like California poppies to me, and maybe because I'm from California. But these are the patterns that I chose. This one, this has this darker background, and see how this is more like the Peaceful Pine, and this is probably Secret Sea. And we are going to be using some Golden Glow cardstock and Secret Sea ink. So if you're on my email list, you would have gotten this this morning. If not, you can always join my email list and get it. Otherwise, here are the measurements, and you can go ahead and take a screenshot. I tell you guys every week to take a screenshot if you're not on my email. So go ahead and do that now. And we will start with our 4 1/4 by 11 Golden Glow cardstock. So 4 1/4, and we already know that this is 11 because this is an 8 1/2 by 11 piece of cardstock. And then we need a 1 3/4 by 11. And we're gonna score this one. This other one we score at 5 1/2, just like your normal base. So 5 1/2. This one we're gonna score at 2 3/4. Make sure you guys could see 2 3/4. 5 1/2. And 8 1/4. And then that's going to be like our 4 panels that we have, or 4 to put our panels on. So we're going to need some panels, which are going to be basic black, and it's going to be 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. So let's go 2 1/4, or no, let's go 2 3/4. I'm trying to figure out my cardstock here in my hand. So 2 3/4 we're cutting by 2 1/4, and we need 4 of these. 3. This last one might not be wide enough. No. Okay, so let's see. And this one is definitely not. So I have to grab some more basic black cardstock, because this one would not even be 2 1/4. Yeah, no, 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, there's our 4 panels. I hope I measured these right. Sometimes I I question myself. You guys know that a lot because sometimes they just don't look right. No, they're right. Okay, and then so now our designer series paper we're gonna cut. So we're gonna need 2 of these for our inside, and these are gonna be 4. This designer series paper is gorgeous. So 4 by 5 1/4. We need 2 of those. I did not purchase the Moonlit Flora bundle that coordinates with this. I just love the paper. 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. We need 2. I gotta stop yakking those, and then for our 4 panels, like I said, we're going to use this one, and I'm going to cut my 2 1/2 inches this way, because I'll show you. So 2 1/2. So if it's directional, so our length is 2 1/2. So I'm cutting it this way. So now I could turn it this way and then cut our panels. So 2 and that was 2 1/2, right? 2 1/2, yeah. 2 1/2 by 2. See, a second guess myself. So we need 4 of these. 1, 2, and I'm putting these in order so that when we put them on our panels, they will like line up. They will be in the same order. 2. All right, so then we got those and move them out of the shot. Okay, and then now we need our 4 by 5 1/4 Golden Glow, 4 by 5 1/4, and this one we are gonna emboss with that beautiful sunflower. Even though those are poppies, we're doing sunflowers. And then the rest I have for all of my rectangles. Oh no, we need a 2 by 4 for the front panel, which is, we're gonna use that darker, the Secret C. So 2, and I just wanted to add 2 by 4, perfect. I just wanted to add something to the front. A little bit of color. Again, here's the measurements. So we'll do our panels. Let's do our panels first. So we have 4 panels, and we're going to glue these in order of how I cut them. So pretty. You know what? Instead of the black, I probably coulda, woulda, shoulda used Secret C panels. But you know, I like the look of things on the black, and I don't use it often enough. So I was like, you know what? I'm pulling out my black cardstock and I'm gonna use it. Okay, but we could have used the Secret C. Now, the Secret C ink is like my new go-to black. I like it. Even though we have the new hybrid. And I got a little bit too much glue on that one. You know, this glue goes a long way, and I probably don't need to put all this glue. But, all right, so there's our panels. We're gonna move those aside. And now let's burnish this, get my bone folder, open it up, and we're gonna glue our 4 by 5 1/4 pieces of designer series paper. I love this leaf pattern. Kind of reminds me of stamps that we used to have. And I was gonna call it something Flora, but I might be getting it mixed up with the one that coordinates with this, the suite of products. It was one of my favorites, so easy. Okay, so now this, it's actually gonna go like this. So you're gonna glue it end to end, and so we'll add some glue, kind of center it. I'm gonna let that glue, and your score lines should match up, but you can go like this and, you know, fold it over, and see mine look a little bit, my piece might be a little bit long, so it's good to fold it over. We're gonna glue this side, fold this over, and then we can get my snips and snip that off. I probably cut my piece a little bit too long. All right, and then now this is gonna go like so. So you can fold it like that as well. All right, so we can put our panels on. Maybe I accidentally glued mine a little bit too much. I should have folded it this way and glued. All right, so we can put our panels on, and then I'm gonna get the embossing. And here we're just gonna put it in the center because we don't wanna glue the top and we don't wanna glue the bottom onto the back. So our 4 panels can go on, and I did blow. I think maybe I didn't need to trim it, but look, you know, if you guys have one of these tools, it's like the best ever. So let me go back. Now let's go back. Put mine in. Let's do it this way and glue. Oops, I'm still a little bit, I'm crooked. All right, we'll finish. I'll fix that. I will fix it. And center. I always seem to be making some sort of mistake lately. I think I've just been doing so much with all of the traveling. You know, I hate to complain. I'm not complaining, but just with all the traveling and, you know, trying to get everything done, all my classes, all my kids. Okay, let's do this that way and hold it for a second. And I really don't want to complain, but let me get, oops, almost lost my trimmer gun. I seem to have an issue with that. My trimmer always wants to be falling off of my stand over here. Okay, so we're gonna line this up this way. Oops, got a little bit of glue on my hands. Oh my word. And I think it doesn't matter because we're gonna pull it out and we could use the correct side. But you know that you always put your seam side in, and since this is a 3D embossing folder, you only need plates 1 and 4. So I'm gonna put these ones back on because we're gonna do some die cutting in a bit. And here is our embossed piece. So pretty. You know, if you use the 2-tone cardstock, you could use sandpaper and bring out the white in it. So here's that piece that I had cut for the cover, and I told you I wanted to add something to the front. And that's why I chose, I gotta look at my other one. Yes. So pretty. Okay, now we're gonna do our ribbon. And our ribbon is going to go like so. And I need to get my tweezers to hold that for me. And I'm gonna tie mine the other way, and I think I messed it up. I didn't even get it. Oh my word. I think I still need more. I think I still need some more. I always tie my bows upside down, so then they'll be right side up. And I believe that's only me. Do you guys have to tie your bows upside down for them to be right side up? It's where my pieces finish. I'll show you. So, see, these little guys, if I tied it here, they would be up there, and I want them down here. Makes sense? I always want to call these little guys like the wings, but actually I think these are like the wings. So we're just gonna move that on down into the right position. And then we're gonna get some dimensionals and add this guy to our card front. Let's put one right there on our ribbon. So then our ribbon won't move anymore. Can you tell I got glue on my finger? Oh my. Okay, so let me make sure I'm putting it on the right way. The other day, it was so funny. I went to pull out a card to send, and I go to fill it out, and it's upside down. How many of you have glued your stuff upside down? So my card, it was supposed to open this way, and I had to end up opening this way because it was all upside down. So don't do that. Make sure that you have the right position. Okay, so let's do our die cutting now. So like I said, we're gonna use the Nested Essentials dies, and I'm using the rectangles. So this is the largest rectangle. Again, this could have been Secret C, but I did not. So this is the largest. This is second to the largest. And boy, it looks like my pieces are just, just the right size. Huh. All right, so let's die cut those. I have to say my small one moved, but it's still okay. It's still in there. Didn't move to where it got off track. Okay, so let's get all these dies. Ah, I gotta cut that one again. It didn't go through. And it was this one I thought that moved. All right, let me get that die and cut one more time. Sorry about that. I don't know what did I do? Trying to see what side is the stitch side. That's so strange. Okay, so you should feel it go into your notches. You feel the die go into the little stitches. All right. I'm not sure. I guess I didn't pay attention to where I had it. Did I not have I might have not had the plate on it all the way. All right. So this one we are going to stamp with wishing you a day of relaxation, happiness, and love. And we're stamping in Secret C. Whew, I got a lot of ink on that. I think my Secret C is pretty juicy. And then we're gonna do the happy birthday for the inside on the smaller one. See how pretty that Secret C is? So we're gonna layer this one onto this one. Make sure I got my stitch side up. And we're gonna glue it, because we are going to add dimensionals behind it and put it on there with dimensionals. You can put one in the middle if you'd like. I guess I will. I'm always one that puts the least amount of dimensionals. And that's gonna go right like so. And then now let's get our gorgeous butterflies. And I might take your pick tool so I can get my putty. My putty. my putty, so it works. And I'm gonna put 2 of the golden glows over here. And then now we're gonna put our happy birthday, and we're gonna glue it. And I off-centered this. I didn't put it straight in the middle. I liked it off-center. But what I want you to make sure is that when you off-center it, can you see that score line right there, that fold? You don't want to get it on the fold. So make sure that there's no glue over here, and you can line it up to that score line. But it's offset. I like the way that it had looked offset. So we're gonna get our butterflies again, and we're gonna add a peaceful pine one right there. And I think we are done with our card. So it folds inward like so, and see, inward. And there is our card. What do you guys think? Please comment, let me know. Gorgeous, gorgeous, so pretty. Love the designer series. The designer series paper does all the work for you. So there's today's card. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next Friday with another fun fold. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.